Welcome to the fourth LabelMabel video help video. This video will be about CopyMabel, which is a LabelMabel unique way of surfing the web and creating labels simply by selecting the addressing details in the web page. We'll log in to my account as root. We'll take this CopyMabel 1 file. We'll delete the screen labels. We'll save the labels so that we have a blank label file called local file CopyMabel 1. CopyMabel will work with both server label files and local label files. But then we just go to the CopyMabel button. CopyMabel is a type of swishing proxy. It doesn't do anything bad to your browser, but what it does is it retrieves a web page for you, and it massages the web page so all the links point to itself. So you can effectively surf the web and always stay under the LabelMabel.com domain name up there. It will also inject some cursor hover behavior that you'll see just in a minute or two into each web page you surf. So first of all, we'll go to Google. You'll notice even though we're at the Google web page, we have www.labelmabel.com as the actual URL. Okay, so we'll search for language schools in Sydney. We'll click search, and we have a series of language schools in Sydney. We'll go to the English language school in Sydney. We'll go to its web page. We'll go to the contact list. We'll select the name and address. We'll put the cursor within the selected area. That's very important. You have to do that. And then we'll hold the shift key down. And you can see a pop-up comes up, and that means that that label has been copied as a label back at the home base website. So we'll go back to the home base LabelMabel website now, and we'll go to the CopyMabel local variable, and you'll see there that the English language company 495 Kent Street has been copied as a label. We'll just delete that one there. We'll save those labels there. And so what we'll do now is we'll show this again. We'll go to CopyMabel again. You can type in any URL here and go to that URL. This New York jobsource.com is a really great website that shows the top 5 Fortune 500 US companies. So we'll go to that URL now, and you'll see here that it's got the top 100 companies here. So we'll go to Walmart, and what we'll do here is we'll create a label. We'll select Walmart, put the cursor within Walmart, the selected text, hold the shift key down, and Walmart will be copied back as a label. Now, what you'll say here, that's very good, Paul. However, what we need is we need an address as well. So we've got, we'll select the address there. We'll put the cursor in the selected text, and this time we'll hold the control key down and then the shift key. Okay, now that will actually, as well as that, we'll then go down to the URL, because the URL is quite useful. We'll hold the control key down, then the shift key, and that will, now we'll go back to the home base web page of LabelMabel. We'll reload the page. Excuse me. Get that page in there. And what you'll see there is that the Walmart has been copied first. The Bentonville, Arkansas address has been appended to the label, and then afterwards the URL has been appended to the label. The URL will always appear as a link. You can simply go to it, have a look at it. It's often very good when you're applying for work to be able to look at the web page. So those are some of the specials on at Walmart right now. So now if I go to CopyMabel again, I go to this website. We'll just do it one more time so you can see that it works. Go to ExxonMobil. Select Exxon. Put the cursor within the selected text. Hold the shift key down. That creates the label. Now we'll select the address. Put the cursor within the selected text. Hold control down and then shift. And then we'll do the same thing. We'll do the same thing for the URL. We'll go back to the home base web page. We'll reload the page. And what you'll see there is you'll see the ExxonMobil URL there, label there. Now, normally, if you look up here, when you print these labels, normally the telephone numbers and the internet URLs are removed for printing. So if we go print labels, we'll see that that URL is missing from these two labels. Hit the F5 key. Now, if we unticked that, what we'd see is the following. We'd see the URLs or the phone numbers there. So that's normally ticked by default. The other thing we can do is we can have the U.S. Postal Service has a PostNet post barcode system, and we can ask for PostNet barcodes. If you click on that, on the PostNet postcode checklist, and then go print labels, you'll see that there's a 12-point PostNet barcode there. In the correct barcode, it will. The one on the left equates to 2000. The one in the middle equates to 72716, and the one on the right equates to 75039. If you're mailing in the States, this is good because the post office can electronically process your letter, and that makes it quicker and easier for them to do so. We'll hit F5 again, and we'll just show one more thing about CopyMabel, which is a still a developing feature really. It's called multiple selection. So we'll go to the white pages this time, and multiple selection will enable you to make labels out of an entire list on a web page. So we're waiting for the white pages to come up, and Still waiting for that. There it comes up. So we hit residential. We click in the surname, my surname, which is Cheffers. We click on find. And we get 18 results in Australia. Now if we select all of these, so we've selected all 8, we put the cursor within the selected text, hold the Alt and then the Shift key down, we get a list. The various div elements are decomposed into edit boxes. For instance, we have the names here for all 18 Chefferses, and if you look here, you'll see that the addresses are actually there. They're actually enclosed in div elements. So what we can do is we can click the down element here, and we'll actually go down into the top level div element. We'll go down again. We'll go down again. As you can see here, we're decomposing into the main div elements here. And if you look here, you'll see that the street address and the town and the state and the zip code are still within a div element. So we'll dive into that div element there. And as you can see here now, everything is decomposed into its field names really. And from here on, we pick and choose what we want in the label. So we do want this in the label, but we want it included with a carriage return instead of a space. But we don't want send listing to your mobile phone, so we untick both those boxes. We don't want the phone number as of this case. We do want the address, but we want the address with carriage return on it. And so here we want the state. We want that included with a space. We want the state included with a space. We want the town included with a space. We want the zip code included with a space. And we don't want the show map included with a space. So if we go up to the top here and we say make labels, we'll say labels added to root latest local file. And so what we'll do now is we'll go back to the and we'll go back to CopyMabel 1, and what we'll see here is we've just made labels for all 18 Chefferses within a minute. So what you'll see here is there's still some editing to do. For instance, for G Cheffers, we only have the mobile number, so we'll delete that one. And see, we just created 18 labels there quite quickly, and against a web page that was frankly constructed to stop this from happening. So we could save those labels if we wish, and that's how you use multiple selection. It's still being finished off, but it's mainly workable. And just remember, you invoke it when you select some text, you put the cursor within the selected text, and then you hold the Alt Shift down. It will decompose a table completely. It is actually made for decomposing tables. All right, thank you. That's the end of the fourth Label Mabel help file. Thanks for listening.